Now you can also change these things in various ways. So I'm going to select all of these things that we just turned on. And I'm holding the control key down when I click on them. And that just adds them to my selection set. And we'll explore what we can do with this. So, so each object has a projection or a surface. So, so there's a surface, and we can affect the lines that are on that surface or the patterns on that surface, et cetera. So, and it also has cuts, and cuts are when that object is cut through with a section. And this is very powerful in that I can add a pattern to these. And since all of these are selected, it's going to change the pattern on all of them. And I can change it all to solid fill and make it, let's say, a dark gray. So when I cut through these objects with a section, they'll be dark gray. Notice that I could use a foreground pattern and a background pattern for kind of a more complex appearance of it. Now I can also change my cut lines. So I can go with the current settings, or I can override them. And I'm going to set them to be a solid pattern on a black color, and change the weight of them a little bit to say a 4. And now everything has those settings. Now now before I get too far in this, I could just show you, select none, select all, turn them all off. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. Select none. I could go to the roofs, for instance, and I could override the lines on the roof or the patterns on the roof. So for instance, I could put a hatch pattern on the roof. What would be a good one? Let's just do a diagonal across and a color. And just for fun, I'm going to put a different color here and tell it OK and apply that. And so I applied that hatch pattern to my roof. And I could apply a different hatch pattern to the walls, for instance. So I could set a diagonal up pattern and make it blue, something weird. So now you notice by looking at this that the pattern is on the 3D surface. So as it goes around the corner here, the pattern gets denser because we're on a different surface. So consider the expressive possibilities to highlight structure, circulation, enclosure, grids, and regulating surfaces with this. Now one last one I want to kind of show you. I'm going to turn that off, close it down. I'm going to go to a shaded view here. And you can notice that we can turn shadows on and off very easily. I'm going to go to a shaded view, and I'm going to go back to my visibility graphics because this gets kind of interesting. And I can select all of these things again. Well, or just select some of them. That might be more interesting. So I'm going to select the roof again, and I'm going to turn this off. I don't want it. Clear the overrides, go back to the normal settings, and change the transparency. So I could boost the transparency up considerably, and now I can see through the roof to something below. I still see the roof. I still see the hatch pattern on the roof, but I see something below. Actually, I don't see the hatch pattern on the roof. I see the hatch pattern on the walls here. So now if I set it to be 100%, it'll basically be a wireframe. But I can also set transparency to it. So just think about the expressive possibilities with that we could, change different categories so that we get different kinds of views here.